Hey friends, I just want to pop on here and share something today that I've also been teaching inside of another private community this week because I know so many inspired, visionary, soul-led entrepreneurs that are navigating the visibility challenges, right? That no one's really talking about this. So if showing up for you has ever felt draining or inconsistent or just felt off, this might resonate, okay? So it's something that I've learned from both personal experience and in my work with clients. Visibility resistance, right? It's not just about mindset, okay? It's about misalignment. And when we're trying to follow systems that weren't designed for our specific energy and the way we work, it doesn't work. And that's what today's short conversation is about, okay? These days, I'm working with men and women. They're authors, visionaries, creatives, all types, right? And they really feel inspired. They feel this call to be more visible, to share what they do, but they want it to feel real, okay? Not loud, not like a performance, just honest, right? But it hasn't always been that way, right? There was a time when I wrote something deeply personal. I basically sat down one sitting, no overthinking, and it just kind of poured out and it landed, okay? And it reminded me that, it reminded me really of what my unfiltered voice sounds like. And since then, life has taken a few turns and I've had to rediscover that voice more than once, not just in writing, but just in how I show up in general, right? Something I say a lot is this: your voice is not just what you say, it's an energetic frequency, okay? People feel it before they hear you. And if it's out of sync with the essence of who you are, it won't land, okay? It could repel your people, or it might just feel exhausting. And that's where human design has really shifted things for me. I discovered it back in 2019 when my life was in full-on reset mode. And at first I was just really curious, but then it kind of gave me this language for how my energy works, why I do things the way that I do, how I make decisions, how I guide people, and you guessed it, how I communicate. So there's this one piece that I find especially interesting. It's called your Mercury placement, okay? And then in human design, your Mercury shows you the kind of message you're here to share. It's your voice signature, you could say, all right? So it shows what you're here to naturally speak about, how you express ideas so they land, and the way that your message wants to move through you. So for example, I have gate 15, line 1 on my conscious Mercury side. It's the gate of extremes. So it's all about moving through the ups and downs of life. Funny, right? Haha. And flowing between the contrasts and bringing people into a sense of balance, right? And then with it, there's this odd fear of being too ordinary or getting stuck in a loop that never changes. But there's also this natural desire to contribute something real, to help people feel seen in their uniqueness. And that's basically the heart of everything I do, teaching people how to be magnetic by being their true self and really owning their edges instead of trying to smooth them down to fit someone else's idea of who they're supposed to be. So I just find it so cool. And then I've also got on the unconscious side line, gate 17, line 4, and that is the gate of opinion, okay? This one is about recognizing patterns and then sharing the insights that can create real change. But especially it's valid when your motivation is authentic and centered on the well-being of others. And with this gate, when the intention is clear and grounded, your opinions can actually help shape better paths forward for people, not just you, but for the collective as a whole. And that's something that's always been important to me, is offering guidance that feels true and useful and just being deeply in service. And once I started playing around with these pieces, everything just made so much sense. And the certain strategies that I've been trying, like you see all the advice online, they all just felt really heavy to me, like exhausting and like just not right. Like I was trying to wear someone else's shoes, right? But the stuff that felt natural, that was the stuff that people responded to. And to be honest, my voice got the clearest the more things fell apart for me. And it didn't happen all at once. It was more like a series of things over time. There was like the major unraveling back in 2017 when my life just blew up. And then later, after being diagnosed with melanoma, that was when I had another major click, and I kind of finally had to let go of the version of life I was still really trying to hold together, like building my own school and just trying to do all the things myself. It was manifesting for me in a physical way that was not good. And then, so that shift, and opening up to new ways of supporting my kids and giving myself permission to just not do it all, was really part of what made space for a different kind of voice to come through for me. So I say all that to just give you this advice, right, and give you this hope, really, because I've written from survival, and I've written through uncertainty, and I've kept speaking even when I didn't know who was listening or if anyone was listening. So if you're in that space right now, that in between, where you feel like you've got something to say, you've got this message that's important, but you're not really sure how to say it without losing yourself, please hear me, that's not failure. That might just be the little opening. That's your real voice is starting to come through. It wants to come through. And so, if this sparked something for you, I do have a free tool that I created to help you. It's called the Aligned Visibility Roadmap. So it just breaks this all down using patterns from just 3 of your chart placements. So I really try to keep it as simple as possible. Just want to show you things that can help you show up in a way that feels more sustainable and more authentic. I just want to try to present these tools and make them as simple as possible for you, make them accessible. So if you would like the link, then you can just drop me a line in the comments or DM me and I'll send it over to you. And that is all for now. Thanks for being here, and whatever you're writing, whatever you're building, just remember your voice has a frequency, and when it lines up with your truth, people don't just hear you, they feel you. All right, talk soon. Bye.